3-hour ball game.
3 hour plus.
Yeah, plus.
Up next, number 8, Keanu Kamaliri.
So here we go, folks. Defensive changes for Kapaa. We'll get that in a few seconds. Keanu Kamaliri for the Red Raiders had to play with 1 out, runners at the corners. But running at first base as a courtesy runner for Sador is going to be Gunnar Valentini. Defensive changes for Kapaa, going from the shortstop to the mound, Keola Lutz. And the first pitch is downstairs for a ball, 1-0. And coming in from right field to play second base will be Leighton Moniz. Going from second base to shortstop, Kioki Planas. Coming off the bench to play right field is Kalena Harder, but the DH will remain in the game. So it's really 6 for 17. Here's a bunt attempt by Kamaliri, fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike. Remember in that it was a mid-pack against Kauai High School, and Coach Muramaru, he had a player swing 3-0, got an out, and really laid into him as he ran back into the dugout. Same thing here with Hanky B and his catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kamaliri foul, and a bunt. This is in play. In play, he's already tagged him, but the runner heads up goes to second base. So it's going to be a 2 unassisted. You don't get too many of those. And a sack bunt will get the runner to second. That's Valentini.
Now batting number 25, John Dumlau.
So now it's the top of the order, John Dumlau. So runners at second and third, 2 outs, and the first pitch to Dumlau from Lutz. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. I'll tell you what, Kamaliri is just lucky that Valentini was heads up and got to second base. Rope over the third baseman and tipped his glove. 1 run scores. They're going to bring Valentini around. He'll score. 7-0 Red Raiders here in the top of the 3rd inning. Man, that's a tough break for Lakani because he got a lot of leather on it, just could not get enough to bring that ball in. So that's going to be a single off of Lakanin's glove at third base. And that'll bring in 2 runs.
Now batting number 1, Doug Miyasato.
So 2 RBI single for Dumlau. Now it's the second baseman, Doug Miyasato, and it goes through the legs of Paklib as it hit the dirt. That's one of those things where, like I told you, it hit the plate. Either you get a true bounce, it skips, or it takes a really high bounce. And that one it skipped right off the plate and through the legs of Paklib. So the wild pitch will get Dumlau to second. Now runner in scoring position with 2 outs. A pitch by Lutz upstairs for a ball. It's 2-0. Miyasato is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Doubled in a first, singled in a second. Needs a triple and a home run for the cycle. 2-0 pitch. And that's called a strike, 2-1. I remember there was somebody that was playing UH last season. I want to say it was Irvine. A kid hit for the cycle with just 1 RBI. The home run. Check swing in the dirt for a ball, 3-1. Now you're a hitter. You got to feel pretty bummed that you hit for the cycle and you get just 1 RBI on the day. That's a bummer. 3 balls and a strike. A pitch by Lutz. Hit down the right field line. That'll be out of play. Good effort by Roush, but he's not going to get to it. Count now moves to 3-2. 2 down in the inning. 7-0 Kauai High School. 7 runs and 8 hits. 1 error for Kapaa. No runs, no hits. 1 error as well. And they've got to put something together. This one's going to be over in a hurry. Full count to Miyasato. Runner in scoring position. Lutz out of the stretch. Looks at second. He'll come to the plate. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Takes a weird hop, but Planis controls it over to first base. And that's it for the Red Raiders here in the top of the 3rd inning. 6-3 on the putout. However, they come up with 2 runs on 3 hits. A runner left on. No Kapaa errors. We're headed to the home half of the third. 7-0 Kauai High School.
Bottom of the third.
It's KIF Baseball
7-0,
on HAWAIISTREAM.com.
Don't care. Unbelievable.
They did it on the trip.
Is that when they did it?
Yeah.
I tried to ever do anything like that when I was a kid. I would have come back in the house. Can't even reach second base. Look at this. I mean,
Yeah, but if you can't get hitters to get on, does it matter?
he's 20 feet. I mean,
You're up 7-0 no matter.
No matter.
Well, he's a 9th grader, man.
Here we go, home half of the third, 7-0 Kauai High School. Trying to get something started for the Warriors. It'll be Bradley Villanueva, the left fielder. Then it'll be the DH, Ekolo Rivera. Then we move to the top of the order, Matt Schmidt. So Villanueva in this one, getting his first at bat.
Oh, that's great.
Here's the pitch upstairs, 1-0.
He's coming back, right?
1 ball, no strikes to Villanueva. Lyosa in his starting his 3rd inning of work had a 1-inning relief effort in game 1 where he picked up the save. 1-0 pitch. Drops it in there for a strike, 1-1. I'll tell you what, Lyosa's a pretty good maybe 3rd or 4th option for this Red Raider pitching staff. I think they go Koga, Miyasato, Abreu, maybe even Ogata. Fouled off, hung on to. 1 ball, 2 strikes. How's that? Your pitching staff goes Koga, Abreu, Miyasato, Shane Ogata, and then now Lyosa. Pretty good 5 there. A ball and 2 strikes. Curveball, strike 3, first out of the inning. And Villanueva looked at a vertical breaking curveball that froze him. Here's the DH, Ekolo Rivera. First at bat in this game.
Batting, number 3, Ekolo Rivera. He's the DH.
Batting for the right fielder, Kalena Harder. There's a fastball that nearly buzzed the Rivera's elbow. 1-0.
It's a program that we do every
Also, don't forget the Kauai Sports Show. Catch that on HAWAIISTREAM.com. 1-0 pitch, lifted foul and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Featuring great photography or photographs. Also some killer editing and video work by Chris.
To go back there?
And of course, I don't know who's that other guy they put on camera, but they had to put somebody. Can't figure out who that is. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball, that's the first hit of the afternoon for the Warriors. Opposite field looper by Rivera for Kapaa's first hit in this game.
That's a base hit.
Single into right field.
Now batting.
Now the center fielder, Matt Schmidt.
12, Matt Schmidt.
Matt Schmidt in this one, 0 for 6, popped up to the shortstop. That first inning for Kapaa kind of feels like it was about an hour and a half ago. They've gone 3 up, 3 down. Fly ball to the infield, and it will be Diaz about a step in from the grass. deep in the shortstop for out number 2. 2 at bats, 2 P-6s for Schmidt.
Now batting number 8. KIF
That's 2 not very unproductive ABs for Schmidt. Now the shortstop Planis steps to the plate, the hard luck loser in game 1. Another pop-up, shallow center field. It's going to be Iwasaki racing in, and Iwasaki cannot come up with it, and the runner cruising around second finally makes it to third base. So that's going to be a bloop single for Kyoki Planis, second hit of the inning. Kind of thought that was the second baseman's ball right there because Iwasaki had to come a long way. I mean, he started that run out from the lifeguard station on Kelia Beach. So Rivera luckily makes it to third base. He started to cruise as soon as he touched the second. Then Coach Iwohi really got after him to get to third base and did. 2 down, runners at the corners. Pocklib at the plate.
Now batting number 7.
Pocklib reached on an error back in the first. He's got a chance to get Kapaa on the scoreboard. There's a fastball upstairs. 1-0. For the most part, Laiosa's been able to keep his pitch count down. This will be his 33rd pitch. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
That was a weak 53.
You know, that was awfully close to being a balk right there because he didn't even step towards third, or maybe a quarter of a step towards third. Throw to first base, runner back safely.
You got a 7-run lead, you worry about picking a guy off.
I know some places on the mainland is freezing cold and probably snowing. We're overcast and about maybe, 74 degrees, and some of us complaining about it. Shame on us. Ball 2, 2-0. But for baseball, I'll take this any day, especially here on the east side. There's been times this time of the year the wind's just howling, and you get a little fly ball to right field. That thing's in the middle of the football field. 2-0 pitch, hit high to left field. It's going to be Dumlau coming in on it. Can he make the catch? Yes, he does. Out number 3. That's it for Kapaa here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on, no Kauai High School errors. We are headed to the top of the 4th. It's 7-love. Kauai High School. You're watching HawaiiStream.com KIF Baseball. How's this? There's plate lunch, there's like a TV dinner. There's a cupcake in there too.
From over there, what they had?
I had just really chicken. The taco salad looked pretty good. I got kind of focused in on the shoyu chicken part.
How was it? Is it pretty good?
Huh?
So where we used to get the popcorn? Somebody brought us popcorn. Where was that? Again?
I don't know. I think they used to make it right there.
Yeah. It smelled so good. Remember, the girl used to bring us uptown.
I used to have a popcorn maker, a big one. Saw it at a garage sale for $25.
Yeah, they're great.
The lady goes, "Yeah, it works. Trust me."
We had one too. Our ballpark. South Delfield.
I tell you what, there's 3 things that go with baseball. That's hot dogs, popcorn, and beer.
Popcorn has that smell all over.
Michael Laiosa to start things off for Kauai High School in the top of the 4th inning. Kauai High School leads at 7-0. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. So it'll be Laiosa, Renaud, and Diaz. 3, 4, and 5 in the Red Raider order.
Laiosa.
Laiosa 1 for 2. Reached on an error in the first and scored, singled in the second. First pitch lifts it high in the air to center field. Schmidt camping under it. Takes a few steps coming in, reaches up, makes the grab for out number 1. Now it's a cleanup batter. Aaron Renaud, the first baseman. Struck out in the first, RBI single in the second. He's 1 for 2.
Renaud.
Now, in the situation Kauai High School has been put in on Wednesday and again today, there may be a player or two that's worked himself into the starting lineup here. That pitch is down and away for a ball, 1-0. Now, who knows? Kobe Diaz may be one of those guys. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to the first baseman, Roush. Goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think Kobe Diaz may be able to work himself into a position. It's going to be tough to crack the lineup because it's going to be Ogata out there shortstop, and probably Miyasato will be the starter at second. I know one thing. Diaz has showed that he can play that position. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs for a ball, 2-1. And what Kobe Diaz does for Kauai High School is that if they bring in Ogata to pitch, instead of putting Cal Koga out there short to be like the backup shortstop, they can leave him behind the plate and put Diaz in there. There's a rope down the right field line. That'll go foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, Esteban has also shown he can play that third base position. Also good, a solid catcher as well. Two balls, 2 strikes to Renaud. There's a fastball lined right up the middle, right past Lutz into center field. And that'll be a single up the middle. 1 out, 1 on. I'll tell you what, Renaud really kissed that.
Up next, number 7, Kobe Diaz.
That's pretty close to being a Charlie Browner right there. I mean, what happened is that, you know, Lutz had his arm up. That thing went right between his arm and his ear. Kobe Diaz, a shortstop, steps to the plate. Downstairs in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. 1 on, 1 out. Diaz is 0 for 1. Walked in the first, pop up to the second baseman in the second. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, right now with Kauai School scoring 7 in the first 3 innings, kind of has quieted this place down, and you had kind of an anticlimactic feeling here at the Ron Martin Field. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball up the middle, could be 2. Planes to second for 1. Return throw to first. Dug out of the dirt nicely by Roush. That'll be an inning-ending double play. 6-4-3. Nicely done by the Kapaa Warriors. For Kauai High School, no runs. 1 base hit, nobody left on, no Kapaa errors. We're headed to the home half of the 4th. 7-0 Red Raiders. It's KIF Baseball, live on HAWAIISTREAM.com.
We head to the bottom of the 4th. Score remains 7-0 Red Raiders.
Yeah, that first game was so good, and then we run into this one.
Then you moved from last week.
That's true. When you guys went up to Utah, did you guys get to watch a football game?
We didn't go. Game was sold out. We played Utah State that weekend over there.
Come on, you got connections up there, right?
But that's the game the quarterback got broke his leg at. Like, take some, you know, went downhill after that.
You know, as much as I don't like BYU, if I was there at that time of the year, I would have gone to the game. That's a nice stadium, man.
A batting pitcher, number 16, Keolo Lutz.
Here we go. The pitcher, Keolo Lutz, to start things off for Kapaa in the home half of the fourth, where the Warriors find themselves trailing 7-0. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. A big donut hole staring at Kapaa in that line score. No runs on 2 hits, 1 error. That's lifted foul down the right field line. And that's going to be the right fielder drifting over and cannot make the play. It's Keanu Kauai, but he has to go a long way just to get his glove on the ball. No ball, 2 strikes.
Like he's not even sprinting at that.
No, Kauai High School, 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error.
That doggone ball hit his glove and came out.
Kauai High School with 4 left on, Kapaa with 3. I want to throw a big shout out to the automated scorebook people on in Cincinnati, Ohio. Fouled off once again, no balls, 2 strikes. So Lutz to leading things off here. They've got to get some base runners on. They have just got 2 hits in this game. That's upstairs, 1 and 2. They've got 2 hits, 1 error, so that's 3 base runners and 1 walk. So 4 base runners total Kapaa has had in the first 3+ innings. That's not going to get the job done. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3, first out of the inning. And for Michael Liosa, just a second strikeout this afternoon. Liosa, who induced that game-ending double play against the Menehune on Wednesday,
Number 15, DJ Lakaden.
had 1 strikeout in 1 inning pitch against Waimea. So the first pitch is a ball to Lakaden, the third baseman. 1-0 pitch, hit into right center, could be trouble. And that's going to be caught in a diving catch by the center fielder, Keala Iwasaki. What a great effort and a great catch by Iwasaki for out number 2. Wow. That's one of the great defensive plays of the first couple of games here in the KIF. Iwasaki has got very good speed out there.
Number 11, Leighton Moniz.
Now it's the second baseman, Leighton Moniz. Takes the first pitch up and in for a ball, 1-0. Moniz started the game out there in right field. Then after Boswell got chased, they brought him in to play second base. 1-0 pitch, outside 2-0. Now Leighton Moniz may be the most versatile player here in the KIF. If they need be, in fact, I think they put him on the mound against the Menehune in Game 2 last week. Outside for a ball, 3-0. In fact, why don't I just check it up? I've got the paperwork in front of me. And they did put Moniz. He's played every first infield position except first base. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. He's played I think he's played right field and left field. He's also pitched. I believe he also fills up the Gatorade jugs in the dugout for the baseball team. 3 balls and a strike. Downstairs, ball 4. Second walk given up by Liosa. You know, when they were on that preseason road trip to Oahu, in which they all died, most of them dyed their hair blonde. I wonder who was the ringleader there and who was in charge. I kind of think Paklib had something to do with that one. Jake Roush, the first baseman, steps to the plate, bounces it foul down the third base line. 0-1. I know my dad probably would have been the ringleader there, got everybody to do theirs and not do mine. No balls and a strike.
Burn your
Yeah, you can put bleach on your skin.
Out of the stretch, Lyosa looks at first, throws it over to first. Moniz back safely.
hair product, yeah, yeah.
Looking at just the 48th pitch by Lyosa. 2 down and a runner on for the Warriors. Ground ball to the third baseman. Nice pickup by Esteban. Goes a short way to second base. And that's it for Kapaa here in the home half of the fourth.
That's 4 complete
5-4 on the putout of Moniz at second base.
7-0 Red Raiders.
Fielder's choice for Roush. For Kapaa in the bottom of the fourth, no runs, no hits, a runner left on, and no Red Raider errors. We're headed to the top of the fifth, 7-0 Kauai High School. It's KIF Baseball on HAWAIISTREAM.com. And if Kapaa gets swept, that's, if you ask me, that's you cannot allow that to happen. Not with the people they're missing. You got to get at least one.
They should have got that first game. That 1 inning, 5 rounds.
Yeah, that was it.
Killed it.
All mistakes too.
Yeah.
On bunts, they couldn't figure it out. You know, Paklev, as much as I try to fight myself to believe this, he might be able to play catcher at the next level.
Bachman,
Yeah, maybe.
he has got the arm strength for a big catcher. And have to go up.
Top of the fourth inning. Excuse me. Top of the fifth inning. 7-0 Kauai High School. It'll be Iwasaki who made that nice catch out there in center field. He'll start things off for the Red Raiders. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, 1 RBI and a run scored. He'll be followed by Pat Esteban, the third baseman, and the catcher Skylar Sadora. First pitch fouled off to the right side, 0-1. And Iwasaki, probably the best catch of the seasons of the young season here in 2015. 0-1 pitch, a bouncer on the third base. That's kicked around by Lakarin, and that's going to be an E5 to get Iwasaki aboard. 3 at-bats, 3 times he's reached safely. Now the third baseman, Pat Esteban. Reach on a fielder's choice in the first. Sack bunt in the third. He's 0 for 1. Iwasaki with good speed on at first. Facing Keola Lutz for the Warriors, the third Kapaa pitcher. Runner takes off for second. That's going to be a stolen base for Iwasaki.
Maybe what kind of ball?
And I think that was called a strike. So stolen base for Iwasaki. The 0-1 pitch. That's it for us. So I think the first pitch was a ball. So make it 1 ball, 1 strike. That's in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 for number 2, Pat Esteban.
I thought on that last pitch, Esteban for sure was going to put a bunt down. Especially with the third baseman playing so far back. Time is called as Lutz steps off the mound. Nobody out, runner at second base. A ball and 2 strikes to Esteban. A swing and a miss, strike 3, first out of the inning. Now it's the catcher, Skylar Sadora.
Now batting number 11, Skylar Sadora.
Looks at Coach Ibia, and Ibia gives him a hit away signal. He's going to kind of loosen things up a little and his kids swing the bat. Sadora today is 1 for 1. Walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the third. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. No balls and a strike. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. A pitch by Lutz. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Coach Ibia is going to run through some signals and maybe put a play on. Like I said, I kind of thought when the count was 1-1 to the previous hitter that they put the bunt down to get the runner to third. A pitch by Lutz. Ground ball to the second baseman. Moniz has it. Low throw to Roush, but he scoops it up. Out number 2. Now the right fielder, Keanu Kamaliri.
Not bad, number 8.
1 for 2.
Keanu Kamaliri.
In fact, he's no official at bats. A sac bunt in the second and again in the third. That's when the ball hit the plate and was called fair. And the runner at first made his way to second base. First pitch is fouled off, 0-1. Here's a chance for Kamaliri to get himself a ribby. No balls and a strike to the Red Raider right fielder. The 0-1 pitch outside for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Two down, a runner at third for Kauai High School. There's a pitch that sails inside on Kamaliri. 2 balls and a strike. Defense playing straight away for Kamaliri. 2-1 pitch. Outside, make it 3 balls and a strike. Lutz out of the windup. Looks as if he's struggling just to get the ball over the plate. 7-0 Red Raiders. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back to Lutz. He gloves it. And he's going to take it himself, a 1 unassisted. For the final out of the inning. For Kauai High School here in the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits. A runner left on. 1 Kapaa error. We're headed to the home half of the 5th. It's 7-0 Kauai High School. It's KIF Baseball. Live on HAWAIISTREAM.com. Oh, we got a lot of looks like Valentini out there in right field now.
3, 4, 8. Number 3 is Gunnar Valentini. 4, 8. Keanu Kamaliri.
For Kauai? What's going on?
Number 3, Gunnar Valentini. Valentini is going in for number 8, Keanu Kamaliri. The right fielder.
Okay. So if he goes, yeah, okay, Valentini hasn't been playing, so he takes his place hitting, right?
Yep.
Great, you gotta go make like Jerry Jones, go walk in the dugout and give him a pep talk. Oh, it just sounds dead over there.
Yeah, they don't have anybody even on base.
I don't even hear, like over here you hear rumblings and this and that. I don't hear nothing come out of Kapaa's dugout.
The score is dictated. Everybody look go off scooch already. I think they agrees that.
Count me in on that.
14 for 20.
Offside. 14 is Nakamura.
Is that Keona Nakamura?
Keona Nakamura.
For Villanueva. Nakamura is 14.
Yeah.
We've got a pinch hitter for the left fielder, Bradley Villanueva. It is going to be number 14, Keona Nakamura.
Number 14, Keona Nakamura.
Time is called. And Kauai High School calling timeout, trying to make sure that the umpires got the change out there and right Valentini for Kamaliri. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Or excuse me, foul ball. Strike one. I'll tell you what, I like that. You come in, take your hacks.
Hope to stay in the lineup, that's what you gotta do.
Can't get a hit unless you swing the bat. Next pitch is high and outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nakamura, who hits from the right side. A pitch by Lyosa. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check swing. So it's a ball and 2 strikes to Nakamura, pinch hitting for the left fielder, Villanueva. The pitch by Lyosa goes over Nakamura's head. In fact, Nakamura had an at-bat last weekend. 0 for 1. Counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch by Lyosa. That catches the outside corner. Frozen pizza, strike 3.
Gotta get you in the lineup.
First out of the inning. Now the DH, Colo Rivera.
There's 1 out. Now batting number 3.
Rivera to the DH. 1 for 1. Singled in the third.
Rivera.
In fact, that was Kapaa's first hit of the game. This will be the 54th pitch thrown by Lyosa. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Lyosa under par so far in this one. 1-0 pitch. Hit into right center. This could be trouble. Nope, Valentini is there. Valentini's a long strider. He's a tall kid. 2 outs in the inning. Now it's the top of the order, Matt Schmidt. 2 at-bats, 2 pop-ups to the shortstop.
Matt Schmidt.
If he goes P-6 again, does that count as a hat trick?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get a rope out to right field. Valentini on his horse says he won't get to it. Extra bases for Schmidt. They're going to send him down to third base. And no, they're going to hold him up at second. So that's a 2-out double by Matt Schmidt into right field.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if he's hustling out of the box all the way, he's probably got 3. But he was kind of in cruising in 4th gear down to first base and down to second.
Now batting number 8. Kyoki.
Now the shortstop, Kyoki Planas, he is 1 for 2, singled in the third. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Fouled right back at us. No balls and a strike. You know, I don't know if I can count Wednesday's Kauai High Waimea game, but I will. And 3 games for Kauai High School, they've got 3 quality starts out of their starters. And as a coach, you cannot ask for more than that, especially with them being depleted. Now, out of the guys that's missing, they probably would have got 1 start out of those 3 guys.
Especially Koga.
And then probably Koga would have started on Wednesday. And here's a pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike, or would have started the first game here today. So as a coach, you gotta love the effort your starting pitchers gave you. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner in scoring position, 2 down. Pop up, shallow right field. Actually, it's going to be the second baseman calling for it, Miyasato, for the final out of the inning. For Kapaa, no runs, 1 hit, a runner left on, no Red Raider errors. It's the top of the 6th inning, 7-0, Kauai High School. You're watching KIF Baseball, Kauai High School Kapaa, live on HawaiiStream.com. So Villanueva still will stay in the game.
TV company, somebody's got to pay for putting it on TV, right?
They get sponsorships for the website, HAWAIISTREAM.
Hawaii Stream does?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the company, Hawaii Stream?
Believe me, I don't do this for free. Wow, that guy's hat and pants. Wow, shorts. Oh my goodness. You like talk book. That hat and shorts. You can't see him. He already went behind. That's loud, great. I couldn't see you wearing that. Maybe not the hat, but I could wear the shorts.
So Leosa's pitching a 3-hitter, huh?
Yeah. Come on, just get 3 more already.
We head to the top of the 6th inning.
What? 14 is staying in the game. Gotcha.
Oh wow.
Top of the 6th inning, score remains 7-0.
I swear I saw Villanueva run out there.
No, that's Nakamura out there.
14, what he said.
14 for 20 out in left.
Yeah, that's good.
Here we go, top of the 7th, John Dumlau starting things off for Kauai High School. Dumlau, the left fielder and leadoff batter in the Kauai High order. A big rip comes up empty, 0-1. Dumlau is 1 for 3. Excuse me, 1 for 2. Hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Ground ball to short in the second. 2 RBI single here in the third. Ground ball to the shortstop, Planes, over to first base. And that's out number 1. Now the second baseman, Doug Miyasato. Miyasato has got 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Doubled in the first, singled in the second, and a ground ball to the shortstop in the third. The pitch by Lutz. Low and outside, 1-0.
Now batting number 1, Doug Miyasato.
In the on-deck circle for Kauai High School is going to be the pitcher, Micah Laiosa. In the dirt once again, 2-0.
The other kid's playing shortstop.
So 2 balls, no strikes to Miyasato.
He throws pretty well. What's his name? The shortstop?
Lutz.
No. Lutz on the mound.
Let's go.
Here's the 2-0 pitch upstairs, 3-0.
Okay, Planes. Yeah, he's got a pretty good arm. Planes and this guy are
This place has gotten awfully quiet here. That pitch sails inside but catches the corner.
give him a little foil now.
3 balls and a strike.
So he can really drive the ball.
Kilo Lutz, 1 out, nobody on for the Red Raiders. 3-1 pitch, line down the left field line, but foul. That'll turn into a full count.
He needs that turn, yeah.
Yeah.
That turn, that
Yeah,
foil.
yeah.
Still thinking about the Braden Abreu start in game 1. Kauai High School got a good one out of him, and he may just have worked himself into the rotation where you don't have to pitch Koga as often. You can keep him behind the plate. 3-2 pitch, ground ball in the hole between third and short, and that'll end up as a base hit for Doug Miyasato. He's got 3 hits this afternoon. Now we have the pitcher, Micah Laiosa. Laiosa is 1 for 3, reached on an error and scored in the first.
22.
Singled in the second, flew out to center in the fourth.
Yeah, Miyasaro's having a heck of a day.
Out of the stretch, Lutz with a quick look at first, goes over to first. Miyasato back safely.
Scored 2 runs. What did he do the first game?
7-0 Kauai High School, top of the 6th inning. In the dirt, 1-0 to Laiosa. Laiosa has proved to be fairly versatile himself. He's the normal third baseman. Plays second base, also pitch. I'm sure he could play shortstop if need be. Throw to first, Miyasato back safely. And after a long day yesterday, a long night last night, and a long day here, I'm ready for Mr. Sandman. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, third base line, knocked down by Lakata, and a long throw across the diamond. Throws it over the third baseman. The first baseman. And that ball's still rattling around foul territory, and I believe that's got to be a hit for Lyosa.
Yeah.
So Lyosa is going to get his second hit of the afternoon. I don't think they would have gotten it. The Lakare made a good job diving for the ball on the line. Had to get up and make a long throw. You got to give him the benefit of the
I'm
doubt.
not sure he runs that well when he was gotten first base.
So it'll be a single and an error for Lyosa. Miyasato ends up at third base. 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position for the first baseman, Aaron Renaud. Renaud's got 2 hits and an RBI. Fouls this off. 0-1. Get this, Renaud's got what, 3 hits in 3 games. He's got 4 RBIs. Oh, excuse me, I think he had an RBI in the first game as well. 5 RBIs.
Might be 2 more.
0-1 pitch, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Let me just check that first game. Renaud, yes, he had an RBI in the first game, so 3 on Wednesday. 1 in the first game, he's got 1 here. He's got a chance to pick up 2 more stakes. 1-1 pitch. High pop-up, shallow left field. It's going to be Nakamura calling for it, waiting forever. Now, you could have ordered for pizza before that ball came down. Second out of the inning. That's what you call a major league pop-up right there. And if you played at high elevation, let's say, I don't know, Big Island, there's a couple of schools at high elevation. Or even up at, Kamehameha Maui, that's at high elevation, Keao. That ball comes down, it's got icicles on it. First pitch in there for a strike to Kobe Diaz, the shortstop.
That is Kobe Diaz.
Imagine you hit a pop-up that high at a high elevation school. The ball comes down with icicles. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2. Two runners in scoring position. Renaud failed to pick up either one of them. Diaz has got a chance to pick up both of them. 0-2 pitch. Lifted into shallow right field. And it's going to be not Moniz. That's going to be Kalena Harder out there making a catch for the final out of the inning. For Kauai High School, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on, 1 Kapaa error. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching HAWAIISTREAM.com. Oh, God, it's not to turn up the volume again.
You had to change your dialogue, right?
That's tough.
Watching instead of listening through.
Yeah.
Number 1. Who's the pitcher? Oh, he is. And Leosa goes where? Second base.
Miyasato is number 1 or number 4?
So Leosa is at second base now.
We've got some defensive changes for Kauai High School.